Hello and welcome to another current conversation video. I'm your host Dan, and with me today I have Alex.
Hello!
Alex, today we are discussing the new character for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. This of course was announced during the Game Awards, and of course I'm sure everyone who was watching this is aware it's Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII. And Alex, I'll ask you first, did you see this coming and what was your reaction to it?
No, I did not see this coming at all because I thought that after Hero, if we had to have a Square Enix rep, I was banking on Sora, but considering how little content Final Fantasy VII had in the first place for Smash, I was thinking, don't know if Square wants to have another character in, but no, they included another character from the same game, no less, Final Fantasy VII, and at first I was like, where's Sora? I really wanted Sora, but I slept on it, and, in hindsight, I think he's a really good addition, and I'm really all for Sephiroth.
Yeah, I was not expecting another Final Fantasy character either, just like yourself. But I'll be honest, when that music started kicking in, I'm not even a Final Fantasy guy. I immediately recognized the music because, I think that Final Fantasy VII is so iconic that even someone like myself who's never really played either the remake or the original, I instantly recognized that music. It was like, oh shit, Final Fantasy, and obviously you see Cloud. I didn't notice at first because I saw Sephiroth in the, when he was a small little figure in the sky. I was like, who's that? And then, yeah, okay, once Cloud was there. And I'll be honest, even when I think, oh, look, it's another anime swordsman. But at the end of the day, this is one of the coolest options you could have had as an anime swordsman. Because I think that it's interesting where you get loads of characters have got their nemesis or the bad guy, I guess, to the certain characters. So I think it's cool that we get in a new Final Fantasy rep in Sephiroth. I'll be honest, Alex, I hate to burst your bubble, but I'm going to be so shocked. I said this in the last predictions video that I would be shocked if Sora turns up at all, especially now that we've got another Square rep. I mean, who knows, we could still get Sora. I think that it's very unlikely at this point. I thought it was unlikely to begin with. I also was surprised to see that this is going to be released this month as well, so I'm really looking forward to seeing this character.
So the coronavirus, things that are halted development, hasn't stopped it from coming out before the end of the year, which is really impressive. First heard the music to Unringed Angel, I recognised the music immediately, but I didn't say anything in my reaction because I was like, wait, are they going to do something are they going to put a twist and maybe Sora shows up? But this was just me being optimistic, of course, but then I was like, are they really going to do Sephiroth? And when it says Sephiroth descends, and it was like, what? They're really doing this?
Yeah.
I really hate to say this, but I'm not going to bank on Sora of the next three characters, if I'm being honest, because, Sephiroth is the Square Enix rep, and honestly, he makes the most sense that we think about it the most.
I'm surprised, and I'm not entirely sure on this because I'm not a Final Fantasy guy, like I say, but even I noticed, I was like, wait a minute, Cloud looks different. He's got a different get-up. I think he's from the Advent Children thing I hear people talking about. His Buster Sword looks different, and also his Omni-Slash is Omni-Slash 5 at the end, which even I'm like, wait, that everything about that looks different because I've played as Cloud enough in Smash. So I'm wondering what your thought is on this. Do you think that they're updating Cloud as having an alternate skin or something?
Well, I mean, he already has his Advent Children look in Smash to begin with, but I think it's really cool for, as I said in my reaction, I was like, well, this is Super Smash Bros. Advent Children because Sephiroth is dueling Cloud. When I say it makes a lot of sense for Sephiroth to be included, it's also because of Cloud's character, because in Remake, he saw, Sephiroth in visions throughout the story, and it's even in Smash Bros., oh, he's not safe, he still sees Sephiroth in battle. And another thing I just thought of, a few hours ago, was that Sephiroth fits incredibly well with Smash Ultimate because it ties in with the light and dark themes of the World of Light. Cloud is the light and Sephiroth is dark, so you see them dueling together.
I'm glad you pointed that out then, because I was kind of confused, why are we going back to Galeem? When it's opened with Galeem fight again, I was like, alright, okay, why are we here? And then even afterwards, I was like, why did it have to be there? Was it just to throw us off? But I didn't even know that. Okay, that makes more sense.
And also, without giving too much away, when Sephiroth slashes Galeem is envisioned as a god, so Sephiroth taking over that god is also very symbolic to the original game he's in, to a sense.
Okay, good to know. I guess now, Alex, do you want to go on to maybe who we think could be the last three characters? Maybe quickly wrap it off. We've got our list. Let's go through our list, because so far, neither Andrew's not here, unfortunately, today. He couldn't be with us, but he also said he doesn't know much or could say much about Final Fantasy. Who's going to get any right? Because none of us three have got any of our predictions right yet.
Nope. Okay, I'm just going to say it. Sora, don't think it's going to happen for the next three, and I'm calling it right now. The Sephiroth Direct presentation on the 17th of December, I'm calling it now, Sora will be a Mii Fighter costume.
Yeah, I could see that happening as well.
He's going to be a Mii Fighter costume because it's the one way to work him in without putting Disney in. Just put Sora in there without Donald or Goofy. And of course, as I said, Sephiroth is symbolic to Cloud's, being the villain and all that. So, of course, it's another villain to Smash Bros. So that's more reason why he fits well in it. And he's iconic, as he said, because even if you've not played Final Fantasy VII, you know Sephiroth to an extent.
I'm going to burst your bubble again, Alex. I'm sorry to do this, but I'm going to throw it out there. We're going to see Geno Mii Fighter costume return.
Oh boy, that's going to be a spicy... Because out of all of them, I always thought Geno was the likeliest of all the characters.
Who knows, maybe we could get another Square character in Geno, because Geno, technically Square, right? Square owned the character, I think, or they at least part own it with Nintendo, so that's always been a licensing issue. I think that Geno is so well wanted, I would have thought that he would have made it in before someone like Sephiroth, and he still could, but that I reckon, that he's going to be a Mii Fighter costume with the Sephiroth pack.
Yeah, that's not far-fetched. I can see that happening, but I'm just going to still bank that Geno could make it as the last fighter, but as I said, Square owns it, and of course it's another Square rep, so we'll have to wait and see. We're obviously going to be seeing Square costumes, so I think they will be Sora, and they will be as you say, Geno, and of course the Chocobo, and maybe other Final Fantasy characters.
Or Dragon Quest or something, or maybe even the World's End with You, maybe, perhaps. We might see something from there.
That's a good shout, because World End's Review has been getting traction lately with the new announcement.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So, you're right. I think we could see some more Square stuff. So, I mean, I'm not bothered about Geno either way, but I have my fingers crossed for the fans that want him as a character, that he doesn't get re-announced as a Mii Fighter. Obviously, he was in Smash Bros. Wii U, so that costume hasn't returned yet, so, yeah.
So, for the next three characters, from least likely to likeliest, least likeliest is Sora, of course, then Rex and Pyra, then it's Lloyd, then Rayman, and I'm still gonna maybe say Geno's the likeliest, but if he's announced as a Mii Fighter, it's got to be Rayman as my likeliest.
I'm with you on that. I think Geno's probably the most likely from your list, but yeah, if the Mii Fighter costume does become a thing, then I think that Geno will be more likely.
And you know what? When Sora gets announced as a Mii Fighter costume, I'm going to feel exactly the same as you did when Travis got announced as a Mii Fighter costume. That must have stung, didn't it? Yes,
it did. It definitely stung, because I felt quite confident that he might turn up. So, because there's loads of rumours flying about, and then, when he was Mii Fighter, I was like, ugh. Well, look at the rest of my list. I think Paper Mario and Rillaboom are probably the closest to get announced. I think I'm looking at why did I pick Chibi Robo and Klonoa? I don't know. I think I was just trying to go for some left field characters that probably might be cool predictions but unlikely to happen. But I think Pokemon. We're gonna get another Pokemon rep. I don't know if it'd be Rillaboom, but I do think it'll be another Pokemon in this pack. But I don't know. I could be wrong.
Yeah, give us Zarude, the recent event Pokemon.
Yeah, that's true. Or it's not a Pokemon. It'd be this pack's equivalent of the Byleth. It's we're gonna finish on another Pokemon character as we had finished on another Fire Emblem character.
I mean, keep in mind, this is Sakurai. This guy is unpredictable as hell. Did not predict Steve. I could not predict Sephiroth. These are kind of obvious choices. So, and I don't think Sakurai wants to fully go with the. He does sometimes with Banjo-Kazooie with fan requests, but he could go with the most out of left field choice, like Piranha Plant or the Wii Fit Trainer. Just something random and weird.
Yeah. And keep in mind that the Nintendo again picked these characters, and he's just handpicked the ones that he likes, the sound of. So
yeah, that's true. Adding fuel to Byleth, because it's I don't see a lot of requests for Byleth as much as others, but as you say, Nintendo did pick them, and Three Houses was a big game, so we want Byleth in.
I'll quickly go through Andrew's list actually. So Andrew's got Paper Mario, Black Shadow, Ronda, Spyro, and Dr. Eggman. I hate to say it, Andrew, but Paper Mario I also picked, so I guess that's probably the most likely. But I'm looking, and I'm everyone wants Crash Bandicoot. I really want Crash Bandicoot. I don't think he will happen, but I think it's a possibility that he can happen. Basically, my point being that Crash is going to get in before Spyro. There is no way Spyro is getting in before Crash.
Spyro's not going to happen, at least not in this pass. I mean, Crash is more likelier than Spyro. And out of his list, I think Paper Mario is the most likeliest of the bunch, but the other four, as I say, I hate to say this to him, but they're just not going to happen for the next three.
Tell you what, though, I'm going to say that Dr. Eggman is one of his more likely picks, because given Sephiroth being the antagonist to Cloud, maybe we get antagonist for Sonic, because Sonic's not had another Sonic rep for the whole series, and making Tails would be a bit boring, or even Knuckles or Shadow, but Dr. Eggman I think would be a really cool addition.
Yeah, and Sephiroth has proven that this pass can include other characters from established franchises in Smash, like Sonic's established, but you could still include the villain, and include a new Eggman stage, like Metropolis Zone as a stage or something. I will say this, Dr. Eggman, I'll give or take, but yeah, I would say Paper Mario is the most likeliest of his bunch.
Fair enough. I think we'll leave it there. People, do let us know what you thought of Sephiroth if you're like a massive Final Fantasy fan. Were you like Alex? We're like, oh shit, that means we probably are unlikely to get another square rep, so maybe Gino and Sora look less likely, but yeah.
Yeah, like in all seriousness, I am very excited for Sephiroth, and as a person who really likes Final Fantasy VII in the first place and the remake, I really am glad Sephiroth is in, and hopefully this means more Final Fantasy VII content, not just One Winged Angel, and that's the only track, I hope.
Anyway, we'll wrap it up here. Thank you so much for watching. We just wanted to keep this video as a Smash Brothers orientated video. Maybe we'll touch on some of the other Game Awards announcements, like, you know, people might be aware that I'm a massive fan of Perfect Dark, and there's a new Perfect Dark, and I freaked the fuck out when I was watching that last night, but yeah.
It's happening.
So yeah, let us know what your thoughts on the Game Awards as well, and until next time, take care.
Right, see you all later.
I don't know why I said it like that.